This week's episode of Bonus Ball is brought to you by patchpanel.ca. Save 20% off of your entire order by using code NIGHTMARE at checkout. Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to Bonus Ball, YouTube's #1 paintball fail series. We are counting down the top 5 paintball fails submitted by you, the viewers. If you're unsure how to submit your own videos, the link is, of course, in the description. Let's go. The very first tip I give to anybody who's trying to get into paintball is that they need to invest in a good mask. If you don't invest in a good mask, you're going to end up doing the same thing that this next player does, and you're just going to fog right up.
A few moments later.
Alright, found the GoPro.
Now, this guy is incredibly lucky. The first time that I watched this clip, I honestly thought he lost his mask and he couldn't find it. And that would be absolutely terrifying on the paintball field. Trust me, I know. But instead, it was actually just his ill-properly mounted GoPro that fell off and he wasn't able to find it. All of that because he fogged up, couldn't see where he was going, and tripped over his own 2 feet. So I'll say it once again, the most important piece of paintball gear that you can own is a good paintball mask with a dual pane thermal lens. If you know me, you know that I love to compete in paintball. And no, not the standard type of competing that you may be used to with speedball markers and air bunkers. I'm talking mag-fed competition. This next player is playing on an airball field with a mag-fed marker, something that I hope to see more and more of as the years go by.
Two on the right! Hit! Good shot, man.
It almost seems like as soon as he saw that player, he ducked back in and waited for the player to come out on the other side of the W. But that wasn't the case. The other player was already on his way around the bunker and put a couple in his back. That is how you eliminate somebody on an airball field. Remember what I was saying about masks and safety? There's some people that like to do things a little unsafe, and this next kind of clip just drives me insane. Why would you ever shoot your marker at somebody while they are not wearing a mask? On top of that, the player was on his cell phone, not even paying attention. I understand that he was only a few feet away, but seriously, all it would take is that one stray ball and that guy to turn around at the wrong time, and he could have caught that to the face. Now, I mean, the odds of that are extremely unlikely, but still, guys, paintball, safety first. Funny videos second. And all of my videos third. I just would like to take a quick second before we go any further to thank the people that really help make this show and this channel a huge success. And that is my Patreon supporters. Because without you guys, I honestly could not keep doing this on a weekly basis. Some of you may know that I've moved my upload schedule from 1 upload a week to 2 a week. And I'm going to try that out for a little while. To kind of help ease the pain with that, Patreon support is where I'm looking to. So I'd like to give a special thank you to my current active Patreon supporters, Dr. Rush, Stefan, and Zanzu. Thank you guys very much for helping me accomplish my dream, and if you would like to help me accomplish that dream as well, the link to my Patreon page is either in the description or above my head where you can either tap or click. Now, for an interesting topic that always seems to get people riled up, and that is the courtesy rule or surrender rule in paintball, and whether or not it should be mandatory. Personally, I don't think it should ever be mandatory. It should always be a courtesy rule. Now, this next player may have thought that the mercy rule was a mandatory rule on this field. Maybe it was briefed, maybe it wasn't. But either way, the other player thought it was a courtesy rule.
Surrender, 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 surrender. Surrender, both of you surrender, both of you surrender, both of you surrender. Surrender. Alright. Careful.
Now, then again, who really tries to surrender someone from that far away? If I've got somebody's number like that from that distance, they're going to get maybe one ball each. I have the trigger discipline to be able to pull that off. Some people do not. As with every single episode of Bonus Ball, I do like to ask you a question, and this week's question is, do you think the surrender rule in paintball should be mandatory, a courtesy, or non-existent at all? I'd love to hear your comments on this, and I'd love to see a decent discussion in the comments below. So if you have a thought or an opinion on the surrender rule, make sure you let everybody know down below. Coming in at number 1 this week, it is not really a fail, but it is just a funny video. I'm going to call it Piggyback Speedball.
Ich hoffe nur auf die Pfanne.
Du sollst dich hinknien!
In die Steak!
Filmt das jemand? Ja.
Now that was just completely awesome. Just to see something goofy like that on the speedball field just enlightened my day to no end. Clearly this wasn't an actual tournament match, but it is always fun to have fun on the paintball field whenever you can, whether it be scenario, woods ball, or even just on the speedball field. You gotta have fun out there, people. Big shout out to everybody who submitted their clips here this week. I really appreciate it and can't wait to see more. If you have your own clips you want to have seen here on the show, make sure you send them in. Link is in the description, as well as the link to my t-shirts, how to save 10% off at MCS, how to save 20% off at Patch Panel. I really want to thank you for watching. Like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you're new, and I will catch you next time. But until then, Nightmare out.